you believe my principal tried to drag me during a seizure? When I was in 10th grade, I got diagnosed with epilepsy. It wasn't something I talked about much because I didn't want people treating me differently. My close friends knew, and I had a medical note on file at school, but that was it. Our school had a zero-tolerance policy on phones and drama. They were obsessed with keeping things professional. And the principal? He was known for being ruthless. Like, he once suspended a kid for coughing too loud during a test and said it was intentional disruption. So yeah, he was that kind of guy. Anyway, one morning I forgot to take my meds before school. I didn't realize until halfway through second period, but by then it was too late. I started feeling it during English class, this weird buzzing in my ears, and everything started tilting sideways. I raised my hand to ask to go to the nurse, but the teacher didn't even look at me. Then, right there in the middle of the classroom, I had a seizure. I don't remember much after that, but from what I was told, I collapsed onto the floor, knocked over my desk, and started convulsing. Most of the class freaked out. Some kids were screaming. A few ran to get help, but the teacher? She froze, did nothing. The principal rushed in like he was a hero in a movie, but instead of calling 911 or checking on me, he assumed I was faking it. Why? Because he thought I was trying to go viral on TikTok. I wish I was joking. He actually said, "Get up. That's enough. You're not fooling anyone." And then he tried to pick me up by my backpack while I was still seizing on the floor. One of my friends screamed at him to stop, and a student had to physically pull him away from me. The nurse finally showed up and lost it. She called 911 on the spot, and the paramedics arrived minutes later. I was barely conscious when they got there, and I remember them asking the principal what happened and him just stammering like he had no idea what was going on. The worst part? While I was being wheeled out on a stretcher, I could still hear him saying to a teacher, "It's probably just for attention." I had to spend the night in the hospital, and when my parents found out what he did, let's just say there was a meeting, and lawyers, lots of them. The school tried to cover it up, but too many students had recorded what happened. It was all over Snapchat in less than an hour. Since then, I don't trust authority figures the same way. And honestly, I don't blame people who record everything now, because sometimes you really do need the receipts.